audience will be in and sound again. Yeah, that's sound in the okay.
Fiscal, administrative, organizational, institutional, procedural, civil. They seek to improve practice. However, many of these reforms fail. You might say, well, decentralization, for example, was a reform. Decentralization might have failed in certain countries, while in other countries it might have actually improved governance. Failures when implemented reforms might be often political and not bureaucratic. So if they tend to be political, what are the main causes for these political failures? Examples of political failures include ambiguous and contradictory policy goals. For example, the central government might impose certain goals, but they are not clear and the guidelines about how to achieve the goals, or they give contradictory message to the usually most of the personnel tends to rotate. And this lack of continuity, this lack of institutional continuity actually matters for political failure. Lack of financial support. Local governments are given many responsibilities nowadays, but they don't come, those responsibilities do not come with financial support. And also, local governments sometimes do not have enough bureaucratic autonomy. So they might have the responsibilities, but still the central government or other intermediate level of government deny them the autonomy and authority that they need to implement. So, under political failure, the question is, a local rational bureaucracy respond to these failures? So does bureaucratic reaction vary across political regimes? You know that we have regimes with different power structure. In that case, what role does local or subnational bureaucratic capacity play in this process? So if there is political failures, how can local bureaucracies actually react or respond to those political failures? Now, one of the reasons that we want to study local democracy is because we want to know what is the governmental capacity of local governments. Okay? So some scholars explore, for example, what is the managerial capacity of local governments. If it is managed by a mayor, if it is managed by a prefecto, whatever the name of the leader at the local level. So what is the capacity? What is the managerial capacity that this leader has? And what are the determinants of this managerial capacity? However, few studies have assessed objectively organizational or local capacity with objective indicators. We might assess capacity at the local, conducted a survey analysis and just asking employees at the local level, do you believe or do you think that you have enough capacity in order to respond, in order to implement those policies that have been assigned to the local government? The They might say yes or no, but these responses are subjective. We want to measure the capacity of local governments in a very objective way. Or local performance. According to many studies, they suggest organizational capacity actually can be assessed across 3 dimensions. The capacity, these are terms that tend to be actually assessed interchangeably when we talk about organizational capacity at any level of government. It could be at the local, it could be at the provincial, or it could be at the national level. However, let's discuss each of these dimensions of local bureaucratic capacity to see how we can actually understand them. First of all, we can see capacity as a resource. Resource could be assessed in terms of financial resources, having the right budget, having the enough finances in order to pay for all the services that need to be delivered, but also human resources in terms of personnel, how well trained the personnel is, what are the number of employees, what is actually the training, what is actually the expertise that this personnel has. So resources has to be tangible and intangible. Tangible usually tend to be capital, money, and the intangible resources are the human capital of the organization. However, resources might be a necessary but not a sufficient condition for actually to boost local performance. Having money not necessarily might be conducive to boost local governmental performance. Why? Because probably we don't have the enough personnel, we don't have the knowledge in order to use that money, or probably that money has been distributed to other policy areas that actually are not going to contribute to the achievement of outcomes or goals that we want to achieve. So resources are considered a necessary but not a sufficient condition to boost local governmental performance. Now, we can see local governmental capacity also as a capability. What does it mean in that case? While resources refer to the input that we give to local governments to produce services that are going to be delivered to citizens, capability describes the organizational capacity to deploy these resources and to achieve the desired outcomes. Capabilities play a huge role in strategic management. For example, intergovernmental collaboration might be seen as a capability. Why? Because through intergovernmental collaboration, we obtain technical assistance, chair, and all these things are going to position local government or the assets of the local government in much better position. So having resources requires the capability to be deployed. And this is what we call capability to deploy the resources. By having the right infrastructure at the local level, by having the right personnel, by having the right strategies in order to deploy those resources. However, governmental capacity might also be assessed in terms of competence. What does it mean? Competence refers to the expertise in doing something well and having the skills and the knowledge specific to a particular domain. It means whether the local governments have the knowledge, have the skills to deliver services to those targets that need the most. Whether the local governments actually are competent in having the information that they need in order to assess what is needed in the local or actually whether they have experience, the expertise in order to do things well. In order to achieve expertise, you have to acquire experience across times. The notion is that those who are experts and doing something in a particular domain tend to be faster and tend to have more accurate information when actually making decisions. The idea is that those who are experts in a particular field, and a particular policy area, in a particular domain, when they have decisions, that information is triggered quite fast, therefore the decisions can be made faster and probably more accurate. So the notion is that the higher a local government specific tax-related experience or expertise or competence, the higher is the performance of that local government. Why it is important to study this? This is important because we see a lot of in governmental capacity. For example, I can give you examples of how governmental capacity varies across Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. And I can use other countries, but these are some of the countries that I just wanted to select for this presentation. But I'm going to use examples from all over the world. It is not confined just to East Asian countries or to the South Asian countries. It is a phenomenon of local governance. This information applies to all of them. So, for example, we want to see how the performance of these countries are in terms of reducing mortality rate for children and the 5 years old. So as you can see, for example, we have Bangladesh, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, unfortunately, shows the lowest level of mortality rate across these four countries. But we see that in general, mortality rate for kids under 5 years has decreased across time. So if you see in 1950, for example, there were about 350 kids dying per 1,000 that actually were born, that were dying in Pakistan, in Bangladesh. During the same year, Zimbabwe had a mortality rate of 150 kids for every 1,000 kids, and Sri Lanka something similar. But now that the number has actually decreased to less than 10 kids per 1,000 kids, for example, in Sri Lanka. So the idea is to understand or to describe or to identify what has worked in Sri Lanka that probably has not worked in the same way in Zimbabwe, Pakistan, or Bangladesh. But this is in terms of mortality rate. But it could be that the opposite might happen in terms of other indicators, in terms of reducing poverty, or in terms of enrollment in higher school, or in terms of enrollment in primary education. So these are just examples for these four countries. What explains this performance at the national level, but also at the local level? Because the national rate is an example, is just accumulation of the of local governments. And here we see again the example across the four countries, but here is in terms of infant mortality rate. So again, we see that Sri Lanka has the lowest infant mortality rate across time from 1960s to 2020, and we see that the Bangladesh, actually Pakistan right now tends to have the highest. All of them have increased the infant mortality rate, but we see that certain countries have done it in a higher rate than others, and in this case, Sri Lanka has done it. But we want to see how local governments or subnational governments contribute to this national indicator. Because remember, the national indicator is the accumulation about how each local government performs, and then how the subnational government performs, and that gives to the national rate. So, for example, this has been the trend in mortality rate for kids under 5 in Sri Lanka. So we see that actually there is a decrease across time. But we see that actually in 2004, that rate increased. And in 2009, that rate decreased. So we have here to analyze or to identify, was this really an increase in mortality rate? There was a particular disease that contributed to this increase in mortality rate, or was it just because errors in data collection and reporting these statistics to the national government? Okay, so that is the beauty about graphicking and about seeing the statistics and the data, because we can see how the performance has evolved across countries, across national levels, and across local governments. So these are examples that I have just from South Asian countries, but I have now also examples from other regions for you to see the importance of tracking its performance across the national borders. So you might say, well, some of this difference in performance might be due to the political system or to the institutions that each country has. So for example, there are differences between Pakistan and Bangladesh. Then, so Pakistan is a federal republic with parliamentary system, while Bangladesh is a unitary state with parliamentary system. That probably might influence the way that the implementation of policies takes place at the local level. In addition to that, Pakistan has about 162 million population, and Bangladesh has about 230 million population. It means reaching the whole population might take longer in Bangladesh than in Pakistan. Okay, and also the administrative division in each country tends to vary too. There are some provinces in Pakistan, there are more provinces in Bangladesh. Pakistan has divisions, while Bangladesh has districts, and those districts in turn are subdivided in sub-districts, and in the case of Pakistan, in districts. So all these administrative divisions matters for performance, and we need to explore what are the administrative divisions that probably that is more conducive to boosting the performance in certain countries than in others. And if we compare, for example, Sri Lanka with Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka is a unitary state with a semi-presidential election. Zimbabwe is also a unitary state with a semi-presidential elections. Both have provinces and both have districts and also other subdivisions. So it's important to see how these similarities, despite these countries have a very similar institutions, they tend to perform different at certain indicators. So what is what matters for this performance? Okay. But I want to show you that there is a lot of variation in governmental capacity across national governments and around the world. And this variation in performance matters for achieving the sustainable development goals. Because probably it might be a function of bureaucratic capacity at the local level or at the subnational level, or it might be a function of not having resources, or it might be a function of political freedoms. But I want you to see this variation so you can see how it's possible that within the same country, having the institutions, having the same laws, the performance of local performance also units and intermediate level varies across them. What explains this variation? What is different in one region than in another region? It is because the capacity of the manager, the managerial leaders, or it is because the capacity of the bureaucracy at the local level, or is something else. For example, we want to see variation in performance in the Chilean regions. Unfortunately, I couldn't find indicators of performance for the lower level of governance in Sri Lanka, because I would like to show you actually which provinces tends to perform higher than others. So I had to resort to other examples. So in the case of Chile, so Chile has 60 regions, and that they have to apply for grants in order to implement more policies at the subnational level and at the local level. And we see that although all the regions apply for grants, they have to write grants and to send it to the central government. Not all the regions have the same success in actually being awarded with grant money. So we see here, for example, that the 11th region in Brazil, in Chile, I'm sorry, for example, in the year of 2030, actually they had 8 applications during that year, 2030. And actually from these applications, only 10% of those applications receive money for implementing what they actually proposed to do. While in the 5th region, we see that actually they apply 2030, they submit, and out of these 10 applications, actually 30% of them receive grants, were awarded with money to implement. What explains this variation in securing money from this grant proposal? Why one region actually has less success than the other? One region had only 10% of success, the next region had 30% of success. So these are the things that allow us to say, is this because the expertise that each local government or national government has in writing grants? Is this because of capability actually to express the knowledge and skills of the employees, or is something else? So these are just examples that give us idea that this variation in performance actually can be explained in the local and the organizational level, and this is our job to identify what are the factors that influence to this. We look also at, for example, the Mexican states, and actually they embrace 2,454 municipalities. And if we want to see, for example, how the enrollment for high school varies across these 32 states, we see a clear difference here. We see that, for example, the Distrito Federal, which is the capital of Mexico, tends to have high performance in enrolling all the eligible kids in high school. While, for example, we have another state like Zacatecas that has increased enrollment of kids in high school, but not at the same level that the Distrito Federal has done it. And also we have, for example, Veracruz that also has not done quite well as other states. Again, one explains this variation in performance. All of them are supposed to follow the same guidelines by the federal government, by the central government, however they perform different. It is because of lack of bureaucratic capacity, it is because of lack of resources, or it is because of lack of bureaucratic capability, or it is because of lack of bureaucratic competence. So we need to explore that. For example, if we go to Colombia, across the 32 departments in Colombia that has 1,122 municipalities. Again, this is the performance of those of national governments across time in terms of enrolling eligible kids in high school. We see that there are, for example, departments that have actually performed quite well, like Casanare. You see that the trend has been up. But we see, for example, Bolivia, we see that they started going up, but again they started declining. Explains this decline in enrolling students in high school. And we see other departments, for example, like about this, that actually the performance in enrolling students in high school has not increased at the same level that the other departments have done. So what explains this? We need to explore this and to identify the cost in order for us to be able to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Because one of those is high education, quality of education. So we need to identify what are the causes that are impeding this achievement of education to achieve the final goals. The same variation, we see that, for example, in the Ecuadorian provinces. So what is their capacity to secure international aid? Now the central government told, for example, the municipalities in Ecuador and local government, no longer the central government is going to secure international aid for you. Now municipalities are in charge of securing their international aid. Indeed, you see that law was passed actually UNICEF is weighing this number of international aid that they were obtained. But after the law was passed, I mean, when municipalities became responsible for securing international aid, all the municipalities across all the provinces started declining in terms of securing international aid. It means they didn't have the bureaucratic capacity, they didn't have the capability, they didn't have the competence to achieve international aid. And we need to be able to assess that in order to identify what are the failures and to change that to achieve better results. Now, we see also variation across all the states in Brazil. Brazil is excellent to study because they have a wonderful capacity to collect the data at the local level and also on the state level. I want here to emphasize the importance of data collection for governmental performance. If we don't have actually data, we can actually assess how has been the trend in achieving a particular goal across time. That is what I want to emphasize here, the importance of collecting data, the importance of having a statistical analysis in order to assess the implementation of policies and also their intervention process. If we don't rely on the decision-making process and numbers and data and statistics, we might make a decision that actually are not going in line with the reality, with the facts. So in the case of Brazil, for example, we see also different terms of reducing infant mortality rate across the states. There are states that have done quite reduced the rate. That's that. In terms of, for example, reducing illiteracy rate, we want to educate everyone. We want this rate to be reduced. We see that, for example, Amazonas state has not actually changed the indicators in the illiteracy rate, so have improved across time. But we see that, for example, the state of Paraíba actually has reduced, it started very high, and now it has reduced the rate of illiteracy rate. So the idea is to have literacy like in Rio de Janeiro is to be very low, or like the Distrito Federal that tends to be very low. So again, what explains this variation in performance? Across time, we see that actually the electricity coverage across national borders has improved across all the states in Brazil, but still there are some that still need more improvement. So for example, this state of Maranhão, we see that they have achieved almost 100% of electricity coverage, but here, for example, we see the state of Acre that it started very high, then it went down, and then it went in another trend, but still has not achieved 100%. So then, and also we see, for example, terms of performance cohesion. So that explains, we see also a lot of variation across these entities, and in terms of unemployment rate, we see also how it varies across the states in Brazil. Now, I took this in barely performance. When we compare ourselves, or when local governments compare themselves across other local governments, they might see that their performance is different, that their performance vary. And that is important for us to compare ourselves to others in order to identify what is what we are doing good and what is what we could improve in that level of performance. However, when we compare indicators across countries or across local governments or across national governments, indicators of those indices need to assess exactly the same term or the same thing. game that we want to assess. Otherwise, we are talking about not having linguistic equivalence in defining a particular term or particular indicator. And in that case, there is no any validity in making comparison because the indicator is not comparable across the units that we want to compare. So we might use in terms of comparing the performance of two local governments that are quite similar. They might be similar in terms of the population, they might be similar in terms of the composition of the population, they might be similar in terms of the level of education of the population, but still they have difference in performance. So that is important for them to identify, okay, what are the common things that we have, and what is the thing that we don't have in common that might explain the variation in performance. Or we might compare a local government with another local government that is quite different in many features, like in population, like in education, the composition of the population. However, they both are performing in very high level. So we might say, what is what they might be doing the same, that regardless how they look like, they actually doing good. Okay? So, for example, we might want to compare Mexican states with the Colombian departments. These are two different countries in the sense that Mexico is federal by constitution and Colombia is unitary and a system. So these are two different systems that we say, well, they are not comparable actually. And we see, for example, how they perform in reducing infant mortality rate. So we see that actually in most countries, they have reduced the infant mortality rate across time, but we might see that actually in the case of Colombia, that the reduction has been higher than in the other countries. And also we might say, well, that the difference might be due also, for example, about how political parties behave. Why? In Mexico, the party system tends to be very disciplined, and this is just a three-party system. While in Colombia, the party system tends to be very deinstitutionalized. There is no discipline with the parties, and they tend to follow a power sharing programs. And they actually display for party system, there is a multi-party system in this program. But that difference also might affect the way that policies are implemented at the local level because the political interests and the political incentives vary across one country to the other. Okay? So, for example, we might say that the trajectory of parties in these two countries has been completely different. In the case of Mexico, they started with one political party that was the PRI, the PRI, and that white. In Colombia, they started with two party systems. Then that the party system changed to three parties in the case of Mexico, and in the case of Colombia, it changed to more than 20 political parties. So that might explain behavior of politicians at the local level, or the incentives that they have for policy implementation and for performance. And we see that also there are differences in terms of education of the governors in the national level. There are also differences in terms of education of mayors at the local level. And that the level of education might matter for the way that they manage each jurisdiction in their respective countries. We also see that actually there is a lot of difference across the governors in terms of the experience that they have before coming to office. We see that, for example, in the case of Colombia, 40% of the governors come to office without having any experience in the public sector. While in the case of Mexico, only very few of them can, less than 10% of them can to be elected, but without having any public sector experience. And that public sector experience might be relevant for them to perform when they are the leaders of a particular jurisdiction. So it would be important to compare, for example, across the Sri Lanka provinces or across the Sri Lanka local governments, what is the variation in terms of education, in terms of experience of these local leaders, and how that variation might influence the implementation of policies at the local level. And so this is the terms of what is the type of experience that these governments have Some of them say tend to have more experience at the federal level or at the local level or at the subnational level. And so that also varies for performance, okay? But we might compare two similar systems. So we might compare, for example, Brazil and Mexico. Both are federal, both are the largest countries in Latin America. However, we see also differences in terms of infant mortality rate reduction. Both show that they have reduced, but we see that actually in the case of Brazil, that reduction tends to be very drastic in certain states, while in Mexico we see that that reduction has been more gradual, more not so drastic as in the other countries. What are the differences in terms of Brazil and Mexico? So largest similarities, more than similarities, than differences. One is the three-party system in the Mexico, while Brazil also has a multi-party system. And then I explains how the different political inclusions in one country from the other. Okay? So, and here we can compare also between other set of countries. The notion here that I wanted to bring is that comparing performance across jurisdictions, across units is extremely important because it makes us realize that other units might be doing something that we might not be doing and that might influence performance in achieving certain goals. I want also you to know that actually in explaining the role of management and performance, in explaining the role of how local governments are managed by the leader and how they actually perform and how they actually deliver services. Also, it is important to take into account the role of institutional context. By institutional context, I mean what is the political context, how the power is distributed within that particular unit. Are there separation of powers? Is this a federal versus unitary system? How is the power? Is adversarial across political parties or it tends to be more a power sharing, power in which coalition building is a common thing or actually the coalition building is not a common thing? So it's important to take into account the moderated role of that political context, institutional context, and the role that the managerial public administration has and the performance of local governments for service delivery. Okay? Also, it's important to take into account in local government performance the role of issue salience. There are certain policy areas that tend to be more salient to local leaders. Local leaders might be more, might pay more attention to agricultural policies, probably because they have background in agriculture. Other local leaders might be more, generate more importance on education policies because their background is in education. They were former teachers or something like that. So salience refers to the relative importance and significance that a leader or political leader ascribe to a given issue and the political agenda. Okay, so salience varies across policy areas. Some policy areas, for example, economy might be more relevant to certain local leaders, but for others, actually, what is more salient is unemployment. For others, what is more salient is security. For others, it could be more poverty reduction, or it could be a conflict resolution. So that is important to take into account. Now, I want also to emphasize the importance of the stage of the policy making process. Who identifies the problems in the local? Is this the civil society, the citizens? Do you have a task force to identify the problems in the local level? Or are the local officials in charge of identifying the problems? Or is the central government that identifies the problems at the local level? So who identifies the problem is extremely relevant. Then, once the problem has been identified, that problem needs to be brought to the agenda setting. It means in the local council, to the local legislature. So who are the gatekeepers? Who are the ones that block the fact of bringing certain problems to the data set and the local council. Are there certain members of the local council obstructing the introduction of problems to be addressed? That needs to be also considered. Policy formulation. Once the problem has been identified and once the problem has been actually brought to the agenda of the local legislature, who brings the potential solutions to that problem? Are you allowing, or local governments allowing citizens to e-government to provide solutions? Are local governments relying on scientific or expert community to solve the problems or to provide solutions to solve the problem? Or are the local governments relying on local bureaucrats to solve those problems? That matters. It's not just to identify the problem, it's how to formulate solutions for those problems and who identifies those solutions. Once those solutions are identified, who adopts the best solution for the problem? Are interest groups participating in deciding what the solution? Or are experts being involved? Or are citizens being involved? That varies. Because if it is a particular interest groups, they might want a particular solution to be adopted because that is the solution that probably is going to benefit that particular group. But that solution might not benefit the entire society in the local level. After the policy has been adopted, now we need to know what matters during the implementation of that particular solution for that problem. So, is there democratic representation at the local government when you implement the policies? Do you have people from different groups represented in the bureaucracy? Is there cooperation for service delivery? That cooperation could be across municipalities. Do you contract out the delivery of that particular service? Or do you contract out, or do you use a hybrid system that you produce the service but also you contract out? All these things matter at the local level. And finally, we have to learn that every solution or policy that we enact or adopt to solve a problem needs to be evaluated. Because a solution might have worked for 1 year, but after 2 years, that solution might not be working. The solution might be working in one local government, but not in another local government. Or the solution probably is generating negative consequences. So you will need to modify the policy of the solution in order to deal with those unexpected, unintended consequences. So these are the stages of the policy making process that local government should take into consideration in order to deal with. So this is the last slide, and these are the concluded messages that I have from this presentation. Here I have highlighted the importance of assessing local and national government performance to track our progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. I have highlighted also the role of bureaucratic capacity in achieving these sustainable goals. Capacity here in terms of resources, capability, and competence. I have also highlighted the importance of relying on statistics and data collection for decision making and performance evaluation. Obstacles should not refrain local governments from pursuing goals. Why? Because political and bureaucratic motivation and persistence should contribute actually to eliminate those obstacles and to reduce those obstacles in order to achieve the goals. And finally, I would like to invite you to consider visiting Indiana University, which is my home institution, as a visiting scholar. However, if you decide to come as a visiting scholar to Indiana University, please arrive with a data set, because we need data in order to generate articles so you can actually contribute to the development or the achievement of goals either in Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or whatever the country that you are. Thank you very much for your attention again, and Thanks for the invitation. If you have questions, please start again because I am at this point related to the system today and what is the problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor. Let me open this discussion to the audience. Thank you very much, Professor. Let me open this particular forum to the audience to ask questions, and if they have questions, I will let you know, and if they ask in I will translate it for you. මහාචාර්ය ඉතින් මේ දේශනේ වැදගත් හරවත් කරුණු සෑහෙන ප්‍රමාණයක් කියවුණා. අපි ඇත්තටම මේ දේශනේ පස්සේ අපි ඒක සිංහල පරිවර්තනයක් අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා. ඒක අමතරව මේ කියපු දේවල් වලින් ඔබට ප්‍රශ්න අසන්නට තියෙනවා නම් ඔබට අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ඔබ ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් අහන්න නම් ඔබට කෙලින්ම අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබ සිංහලෙන් අහන්න නම් ඒක අපි පරිවර්තනය කරලා මහාචාර්යතුමෙක් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මේ ඔබ සැමට ඔබට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න නිරාකරණය කරගන්න තියෙන වෙලාව. Single. Professor, can you give us a little bit of time to explain them in Sinhala? Explain the key idea of this particular presentation in Sinhala language. Yeah, just to summarize. මම මේ ප්‍රොෆෙසර් මහාචාර්යතුමියගේ දේශනය සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් ඉතාම කෙටියෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් වෙච්ච කරුණු. එතුමිය මුලින්ම කතා කරේ රාජ්‍ය පාලනයේ විභවතාවයන් එතුමිය කාරණා කීපයක් ඉස්මතු කළා. පළවෙනි කාරණය තමයි රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලනයේ විභවතාවයන් අධ්‍යයනය කරන්න කොහොමද කියන එක. එතකොට රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලනයේ විභවතාවයන් අධ්‍යයනය කරද්දී එතුමිය කියපු විදිහට ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම සලකන්න ඕන කාරණා තුනක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි ඒ පරිපාලන ප්‍රදේශයේ සතුව තියෙන සම්පත්. ඒ සම්පත් අපි සතුව තියෙන අපිට tangible අපිට දකින්න පුළුවන්, අපිට අල්ලන්න පුළුවන් සම්පත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නැත්නම් අනිත් සම්පත්, මානව සම්පත, මූල්‍යක සම්පත්, ඒ වගේ දේවල් අපි ඒ පරිපාලන ප්‍රදේශයේ තියෙන සම්පත් විදිහට වැදගත් වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒකේ මූල්‍ය සම්පත ගත්තොත් එහෙම අපිට උදාහරණයක් විදිහට රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන ප්‍රදේශයේ පරිපාලන ආයතන සතුව තියෙන වත්කම්. ඒ හැම දෙයක්ම සම්පත් ගණයට අයත් වෙනවා. මානව සම්පත විශේෂයෙන්ම වැදගත්. මොකද මානව සම්පත යම් කිසි ප්‍රදේශයක තියෙන දියුණුව නම් ඒක වැදගත් ඒ පරිපාලන ප්‍රදේශයේ දියුණුව සඳහා වැදගත් සම්පතක් ලෙස සැලකන බව එතුමිය ප්‍රකාශ කරා. හැබැයි එතුමිය ප්‍රකාශ කරපු විදිහට සම්පත් තිබීම පමණ ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ. ඒ යම් කිසි පරිපාලන ප්‍රදේශයක් දියුණු කරන්න ඒකෙදි මේ තමත්ම අවධානයෙන් කියා සිටියා. මොකද එතුමිය එක රටවල් සංසන්දනය කළා කීපයක් අපේ රටේ දත්ත නොතිබුණාට අපේ රටේ දත්ත එතුමියට සොයාගන්න අපහසුතාවයක් තිබිලා තියෙන හින්දා එතනේ සංසන්දනය කළේ ලතින් ඇමරිකානු රටවල් කීපයක තිබුණු දත්ත. ඉතින් ඒ දත්ත වලින් එතනේ තවත් මනවට පැහැදිලි කළා සම්පත් තිබුණු කමනින්ම ඒ යම්කිසි බල ප්‍රදේශයක් හෝ රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන ආයතනයක් දියුණු තත්ත්වයට පත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක. ඉතින් එතනදී එතුමිය තවත් දේවල් ඒකට බලපානව කතා කළා. ඒ අතර තව දෙයක් තමයි එකක් රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන තන්ත්‍රයේ හැකියාව. ඒක කොච්චර කේපබිලිටි එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා රාජ්‍ය තන්ත්‍ර පරිපාලන ඒක ඒ තියෙන සම්පත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න. අනිත් එක තමයි රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන තන්ත්‍රයේ පුද්ගලයන්ගේ සත්‍යතාවය එක්ස්පර්ට්ස්ලා කොච්චර ඉන්නවද කියන එක. ඉතින් එතුමිය කියපු විදිහට රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන විවිධතාවයන් අධ්‍යයනය කරනකොට අපි කාරණා තුනක් සලකලා බලන්න ඕනේ. එකක් තමයි සම්පත් කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙනවද කියන එක. ඒ සම්පත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න කොච්චර හැකියාවක් ඒ රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන තන්ත්‍රයේ තියෙනවද කියන එක. තුන්වෙනි කාරණේ ඒ සම්පත් භාවිතා කරද්දී සම්පත් භාවිතා කරද්දී ඒවා භාවිතා කරන පුද්ගලයන් ඒවා පරිපාලනය කරන පුද්ගලයන් කොච්චර දැනුවත්ව ගත කියන එක. ඒ කාරණා තුනම බලපානවා කියලා රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලනය සම්බන්ධව ඒ විභවතාවයන් අධ්‍යයනය කරද්දී. ඒ වගේම විස්තර කළා රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලනයේදී සහ රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලනය සම්බන්ධව තීරණ ගන්නකොට අපිට කොච්චර වැදගත්ද කියලා දත්ත ඒ හැම දත්තයක්ම කොච්චර වැදගත්ද කියලා. ඉතින් ඒ සඳහා විස්තර කරන පරිදි දත්ත අපි එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ දත්ත වැලිඩේට් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ දත්ත අපි නිරූපණය කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි දත්ත විදිහට තියාගන්න නැතුව ඒ දත්ත නිරූපණය කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ දත්ත නිරූපණය කිරීමෙන් පස්සේ අපි යම් ප්‍රවණතාවයක් දකිනවා නම් ඍණාත්මකව ඒ ඍණාත්මකව දකින ප්‍රවණතාවයන් වලට හේතු ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ හේතු වලට පිළියම් යොදලා අපිට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ ඒ ඍණාත්මක බලපෑම අඩු කරලා අපි ධනාත්මක දේවල් එකතු කරගන්න. ඉතින් ඇයගේ දෙවනි කරුණ විදිහට ඇය ප්‍රකාශ කළේ අපිට අපේ දත්ත එකතු කරගැනීම වැදගත්. ඒ යම් කිසි පරිපාලනයක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒක පළාතක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඔබතුමන්ලගේ පරිපාලන ආයතන රාජ්‍යවල ප්‍රාදේශීය සභාවක් නගර සභාවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැම තැනකදීම තීරණ ගනිද්දී අපි පදනම් වෙන්න ඕනේ දත්ත මත කියන එක. ඇය විස්තර කළා ගොඩාක් උදාහරණත් එක්ක. ඉතින් අවසාන වශයෙන් ඇය විස්තර කළා policy making process එක අපි කොහොමද policy එකක් develop කරන්න කියන එක. ඉතින් එතෙන්දී මුලින්ම කතා කළේ identification. මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අපි හඳුනා ගන්න ඕනේ. හඳුනා ගන්න පුද්ගලයා කවුද කියන එක ඇය විස්තර කළා. ඒක සමහර වෙලාවට ඔබගේ බල ප්‍රදේශයේ ඉන්න සාමාන්‍ය ජනතාව වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔබ විසින් හෝ ආයතන විසින් පත් කරන ලබන ටාස්ක් ෆෝස් එක කාර්ය සාධක බලකායක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ලෝකල් ඔෆිසර්ස්ලා ඔබ ආයතනයේ ඉන්න නිලධාරීන් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒ කවුරු හරි අපි මුලින්ම කරන්න ඕනේ කවුරු හරි විසින් කරන්න ඕනේ මුලින්ම ඔබ ප්‍රදේශයේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නය අඳුනා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි පිළිතුරු ගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් එතනින් පටන් ගන්න. පළවෙනි කාරණේ identification කියන එක. ඊට පස්සේ agenda setting. අපි ඒකට time frame අපි ඒකට කාලසටහනක් ඒකට අපි schedule එකක් හදන්න ඕනේ. අපි කොහොමද කොයි කාලවලටද agenda එකක් හදලා මේ ප්‍රශ්න වලට මේ විදිහට අපි මේ කාලවලදී උත්තර සපයනවා කියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ policy formulation තුන්වෙනි කාරණය අපි ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් අපි දැන් identify කළා අපි ප්‍රශ්නේ තීරණය කළා අපි ඒකට වැඩසටහනක් හැදුවා. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ අපි පළවෙනි policy එකේ පළවෙනි draft එක අපි formulate කරන්න. ඒක කරන්නේ කවුද කරන්නේ කොහොමද කරන්නේ ඒව හැමදේම තීරණය වෙන්නේ පරිපාලන ආයතනයේ නිලධාරීන් මත නිලධාරීන් පරිපාලන ආයතනයේ තීරණ මත. ඒ වගේම formulate කරපු policy එක ප්‍රතිපත්ති අපි adapt කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි ඒක අපේ ආයතනය තුළට අපි ආයතනයේ පිළිගන්නවා. ඉතින් ඒක හතරවෙනි කාරණය. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න ඕනේ implementation පස්වෙනි කාරණේ. මේවා මම හිතන්නේ ඔබතුමාලා දැන්ටත් කරන දේවල් ඔබතුමාලා දැන්ටත් යම් කිසි ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රියාත්මක කරනවා. අවසාන වශයෙන් කරන්න ඕනේ ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණාට පස්සේ තමයි අපිට දැනගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ ඒක කොහොමද බිම් මට්ටමේ grassroots level එකේ වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. ඒකේ හොඳ සාධක වැඩි කරගන්න ඍණාත්මක සාධක අඩු කරගන්න අපි ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති යම් කාල සීමාවලදී අපි ඒක යම් කිසි වෙනස්කම් වලට භාජනය කරනවා. ඒක තමයි අවසාන කාරණේ. ඒකෝට එහෙම වෙනස්කම් වලට භාජනය කරලා අපි මේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය වඩාත් සාධනීය විදියට ඉදිරි කියන්නේ ධනාත්මක දේවල් වලට ඉදිරියට ගෙන අරන් යනවා. ඉතින් මම අපෝ කෙටියෙන් කිව්වොත් මුලින්ම ප්‍රශ්නේ හඳුනා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ හඳුනාගෙන ඒකට සඳහා වැඩ පිළිවෙල ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් සෑම සඳහා වැඩ පිළිවෙලක් හදන්න ඕනේ. ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්තියේ පළවෙනි ඩ්‍රාෆ්ට් එක ෆෝමියුලේට් කරන්න ඕනේ. පළවෙනි මුලින් අපි අද යම්කිසි ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් හදන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ඇඩප්ට් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක යම් කිසි රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන සංස්ථාවේ පිළිගන්න තත්ත්වයට පත් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න ඕනේ. අවසාන වශයෙන් කුඩා වෙනස්කම් සිදු කරමින් ඒක වඩාත් සාධනීය ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් බවට යහපත් ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් බවට පත් කරනවා. ඉතින් මේ කරුණ තමයි ඇය විසින් ඉදිරිපත් කළේ. ඇය ගොඩාක් උදාහරණ ගත්තා එක රටවල් වලින්. ඒ උදාහරණ සමග මේ කාරණා කීප තමයි ඇය ඉතාමත්ම සැකවින් ඉතාමත් හොඳින් පැහැදිලි කළේ. ඉතින් ඔබතුමාලාට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඔබතුමාලාට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ විශේෂම සංසන්දනය කරන අපේ රට පාකිස්තානයේ ඔබතුමාලා දකින්න ඇති පාකිස්තානයේ බංග්ලාදේශයේ සිම්බාබ්වේ කියන රටවල් එක්ක ඒ රටවල් වල කරපු සංසන්දනාත්මක දේවල් වලින් ගොඩක් දේවල් කිව්ව ලංකාවේ ඉදිරියෙන් ඉන්න කරුණු කාරණා ගැන විශේෂයෙන් ඔබ ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඔබ දකින්න ඇති ළමා මරණ අනුපාතය අවුරුදු 5ට වඩා අඩු ළමා මරණ අනුපාතය ගැන කතා කරද්දී අපි සෑහෙන කාලෙක ඉඳන් ඉතාමත් හොඳ තැනක ඉන්නවා. අපි ක්‍රමක්‍රමයෙන් අඩු කරගෙන තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ලදරු මරණ අනුපාතය ගත්තත් අපි මේ රටවල් හතර අතුරින් අපි ඉතාමත් හොඳ තැනක ඉන්නවා. හැබැයි ඒ විශේෂයෙන් කිව්ව දේ තමයි පටන් ගත්ත තැන එකක්. අපි දැන් ක්‍රමක්‍රමයෙන් හොඳ තැනට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපිට වඩා ඉක්මනට අපිට වඩා රැප්ටිලි කියන්නේ ඉතාමත්ම කියන්නේ අනිත් අය ඉතාම උඩින් පටන් අරගෙන අපි ආසන්නයට නැවිලා තියෙනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකාව ආසන්නයට නැවිලා තියෙනවා. අපිත් හොඳයි. අපේ ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වයත් හොඳයි. නමුත් අරගොල්ලෝ කැපැසිටි බිල්ඩින් කැපැසිටි එක වැඩි සමාජ විද්‍යාවලින් ඉතාමත් හොඳින් වැඩි කරගෙන තියෙනවා කියන්නේ. ඒක තමයි රටේ කැපැසිටි එක ටික ටික වැඩි කර ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ රාජ්‍ය පරිපාලන තන්ත්‍රයේ හැකියාව මතින් තීරණය කියන එකත් ඇල්සින් කිව්වා. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා.
period to adjust to changes. No one likes changes. We don't like to live from our comfort zone. Therefore, when governments implement draft solutions for reform, no matter the intentions that they have, they tend not to work. People, citizens, needed to see the reforms and to see in a small, short period of time that those reforms might be working in order for them to embrace the reforms and contribute to a success. But the drastic changes, they did not have a big impact. And that's why we see governments overturns from office, because they adopt policies that despite they have good intentions, they tend not to work. Now, regarding the first question that you say, I couldn't understand very well what is the problem, is that policy evaluation has not been adopted in the country, or is that the numbers that are reported do not correspond to the reality? What was exactly the question? I'm sorry.
I think the lack of responses for policies implemented, Professor.
But the first one, he says that policy evaluation was not taking place, or was not protected, or if the evaluation was not done in an appropriate way.
Yes. Now we have, according to his question, I'm repeating once again, we have policies in the country, but the problem is once after implementation, we have problems with the evaluation process. Now, according to the policy making process that you mentioned at the end, very end of the presentation, we have problems with the evaluation process. So, according to his question, what are the ways to address that particular issue?
What I have seen in other countries is that the central government needs to create an entity only to assess the performance of subnational units. There is an agency level to which all the local governments and subnational governments have to report data every month. The problem with that sometimes is that local governments or subnational governments cheat and those reports. So in that case, the central government needs to come, take jurisdiction, and to oversee whether what they are reporting is actually what is. But bear in mind that we have to be evaluated. It doesn't matter whether we like it or not. Evaluation is necessarily to government is performed. Without that evaluation, how do we know that actually that money has been used in the particular policies that they are supposed to be invested? So the ability to have interagency, every local government will have to report to that central agency, and then there should be an accountability mechanism to say, okay, show me that that you are reporting is actually in line with the act, with what you really do. And it's not an easy process. Any other question?
ආචාර්ය විශ්වජිත් කාන්තේකම මහත්මයා අහපු ප්‍රශ්න දෙකක් තියෙනවා. තම වැඩගත් ප්‍රශ්නේ තම කාලෝචිත ප්‍රශ්න. පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නය තමයි අපේ රටේ ගොඩාක් පොලිසිස් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. ඒ පොලිසිස් ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණාට පස්සේ අර අන්තිම කෑල්ල ඉවලුවේෂන් කියන එක අපි ඉවැලුවේෂන් කියන එක පොලිසිය කොච්චර දුරට ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවද කියන එක බලන්න හරියම ක්‍රමවේදයක් ලංකාව තුළ හරි ක්‍රමවේදයක් නැහැ කියන එක දෙවෙනි කාරණය. දැන් අපි දන්නවා අපි රටේ ලංකාවේ තියෙන තත්ත්වයකට මේ තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ තත්ත්වයකදී අපි කොහොමද පළාත් පාලන ආයතන විදිහට අපිට මොනවද දෙන්න පුළුවන් උපදෙස් කියලා මහාචාර්ය මේ තත්ත්වෙන් ඉක්මනින් ගොඩ එන්න. ඉතින් පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තර දුන්න අය පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තරේ දුන්න උත්තරය තමයි අපිට තියෙන්න ඕනේ කිව්වා යම්කිසි කේන්ද්‍රගත මධ්‍යස්ථානයක් යම්කිසි කේන්ද්‍ර ස්ථානයක් අපි කරන හැම වෙනස්කමක්ම අපි ප්‍රතිපත්තිමය වශයෙන් අපි කරන හැම වෙනස්කමක් ගැනම යම්කිසි කාල සීමාවක් තුළ මාසයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් සති කිහිපයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් යම්කිසි කාල සීමාවක් තුළ අපි වාර්තාවක් සපයනවා මේ කේන්ද්‍ර ස්ථානයට. හැබැයි ඇය විසින් කිව්වා ඉතින් මේ වගේ කේන්ද්‍ර ස්ථාන වලට අපි හැමෝම හුඟක් රටවල් වාර්තා සපයනවා. හැබැයි ඒ වාර්තාව සත්‍ය වාර්තාවක් කියන එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් එන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක. ඉතින් එතනදී ඇය කියු දේ තමයි යම්කිසි මධ්‍යස්ථානයක් යම්කිසි ක්‍රමවේදයක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ ආපහු ඒ කියපු දේවල් හරිද කියලා බලන්න. ඒක දෙපැත්තට ඒ කියන්නේ ඔබතුමන්ලා විසින් හරි අපි විසින් හරි අපි හදලා ඒ කේන්ද්‍ර ස්ථානට යවන යම්කිසි වාර්තාවක් නැවත බලන්න ඕනේ මේ දේවල් ඇත්තටම වෙලා තියෙනවද මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රස් එක අපි ලබාගෙන තියෙනවද කියලා ඒ ආයතන විසින් හොයා බලන්න තියෙනවා. එහෙම නැතුව අපිට හරියට වැලිඩේට් කරන්න අපිට හරියට ඔය පොලිසිස් ක්‍රියාත්මක කරනවා කියලා බලන්න අමාරුයි කිය තමයි ඒ කිව්වේ. ඉතින් ඒකට අපිට යම්කිසි මධ්‍යස්ථානයක් තියෙනවා. දෙවෙනි කාරණේ ඒ කිව්වේ ලංකාව වගේ රටකට දැන් අපි ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න වලට මුහුණ දෙන්න තැනක්. හැබැයි ප්‍රතිපත්ති කොච්චර හැදුවත් වැඩක් නැහැ. මිනිස්සු ඒවා වැළඳගත්තේ නැහැ. මිනිස්සු ඒවට උත්තර දුන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ කිව්වේ එකපාරටම ලොකු ප්‍රතිපත්තිමය වෙනස්කම් කරන්න ගියොත් මිනිස්සුන්ගෙන් ඒක වැළඳ ගැනීම වෙනුවට ඒක ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කිරීමක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට අය කියපු විදිහට ඒ ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කිරීමෙන් වැළකීලා අපිට ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන තැනට යන්න නම් අපි ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රමයෙන් ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට ලොකු වෙනස්කම් නොකර ක්‍රමයෙන් වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ කියන එක තමයි අය දෙවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තරේ දුන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ වගේ ඔබතුමාලට ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න තියෙනවා නම් තවත් අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබිනාට කීපයක් හිතෙනවා. ප්‍රශ්න 30ක් නැත්නම් අපි ඇයට ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙමු මේ කටයුතු අවසන් කරන්න.
Thank you very much, Professor Claudia. Thank you very much, Professor Claudia. So I think I'm the one who contacted you throughout the process. So
thank you very much. How did you learn about me?
I got your information from the internet first, and then I got all the information from other friends overseas.
Okay, thank you. I hope that someday you can come to Indiana University as a visiting scholar or anyone there who wants to come. But remember the condition, you have to arrive with A as it. So we can work on the paper, we can write the paper together.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You are more than welcome. And thank you for the invitation Option B to visit you in person. If next year or 2 years you organize the same conference, I would be happy to go.
Yes, Claudia. So then actually, you try to come here to Sri Lanka to attend our conference. So, but anyway, unfortunately, so then our situation was took a flat time. So then, and also you're busy with your work, with other the university students. So then, so finally, anyway, so try to join with us, yeah, soon. So then that came to a true today, and I must thank you again and again. So then I have no words to thank.
Let's keep in touch and good luck with the rest of the conference, okay?
So you have the common of appreciation, virtual appreciation. So I invite our chair of the conference and also the CEO of Sri Lanka Institute of Local Government to join with me now.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you very much for the presentation. So this we tried to take it here last 2 weeks, but due to some problems, come there. But anyway, you gave your valuable speech to our audience, and even I telecast it to our website. Then YouTube. Then some people already public and even in future they can see it from our website. Then I think these are valuable ideas to the government sector. In future, we are planning to ask you to come to Sri Lanka again and give valuable ideas and share your knowledge with our local people, and we will arrange it or sometimes as quickly as possible.
Of course. Next time I promise to be there. I really want to go there. Thank you very much, and I wish you great success with this conference. And keep organizing it. It is important.
And the state minister, Janika Wakumura, on behalf of all of them, must thank you once again.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Now you can see the token of appreciation on our screen.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Wish you good luck with the conference. Okay. Bye-bye.
හොඳයි සමාරම්භක දේශනයේ ආයතන දවසේ ප්‍රධාන දේශනයේ නමතරව පසු සුළු විවේක කාලයක් ඔබතුමාට ගන්න පුළුවන් තේ පානය සඳහා තේ පානය නොකරපු පිරිසකට ඉන්නවා ඔබතුමාට පුළුවන් ඒ තේ පානය සඳහා ඉක්මන ඉන් පසු පෙර පරිදිම අනිකුත් දේශන සඳහා ඔබගේ අධිපති පරිදි යටි කාර්යවලට මුලින්ම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා